Breaking news, a lot of money coming in. That's what Trump said about stimulus checks that President Trump announced few days ago, and millions of Americans are waiting for these checks. And finally, we have a very important update to share with you in this video. At the same time, US prices continue to rise in July as Trump tariffs impact consumer costs. This is important, and a number of analysts and experts are saying that these tariffs and the inflation is the reason that Trump is going to send stimulus checks to millions and millions of low and middle income Americans. At the same time, look at this. President Trump gave an update on his plans to provide Americans with a tariff rebate stimulus check on Tuesday. This is huge because this update contains some very important and shocking details about new stimulus checks for Americans. I'm gonna give you each and every detail, but all I need is just a little favor. It takes 2 seconds to please hit that like button on this video. So without any further ado, let's start the video. So let's start the video with this very important update about stimulus checks as Trump gives update on tariff rebate stimulus checks for Americans, and according to him, a lot of money coming in. Well, as President Donald J. Trump announced recently that there is a possibility of new stimulus checks from this administration to millions of low and middle income Americans. And after a few days of that announcement, Josh Hawley introduced this very important bill known as American Worker Rebate Act, and under this bill, $600 will be given to individuals, $600 will be given to dependents and every child, and as well as $1,200 for a couple. But there are some threshold, means some income limits. I'm going to tell you about it, but at the same time, look at this. President Donald Trump gave an update on his plans to provide Americans with a tariff rebate check on Tuesday, telling reporters during cabinet meeting that levies are bringing a lot of money into the country. Well, President Trump recently placed reciprocal tariffs on almost every country in the world, and because of those tariffs, according to President Trump, billions and billions of dollars are coming into the American economy, and now President Trump is planning to give a portion of it to millions of struggling Americans, and there are some eligibility criteria, and I'm going to tell you about it in this very important video. But a number of analysts and experts are saying this is not the reason that President Trump is going to send these checks. This is the actual reason, as US prices continues to rise in July as Trump tariffs impact consumer costs. Well, according to a number of analysts and experts, these tariffs will bring inflation. So that's why President Trump and this administration is taking advanced measures to give some sort of supplement to millions of low and middle income Americans. So before they complain, give them something so they'll be happy. Well, this is the game, according to a number of analysts and experts, and few lawmakers also approved this statement. Well, prices were 2.7% higher last month compared with a year ago, and core inflation went up at higher pace than what was seen in June. Yes, these inflation numbers are actually higher than the month of June, and do you know that this 2.7 number is actually higher than the last year's July inflation report, which is quite shocking because millions and millions of low-income Americans are wondering that why inflation is not here, because when they see the prices of grocery, they're skyrocketing. And if you want an evidence, then here is the proof. As according to the recent report from Gallup, the prices of groceries are up by 21% in the past 3 years, and this is clearly shocking. US prices continued to rise in July according to key economic data released on Tuesday as Donald Trump international tariff shakeup started to impact consumer cost. Well, this is from The Guardian, so we want to share you with the source of this very important news as well. But when it comes to this very important update, as president was vague about prospects of rebate checks but assured there is a concept being worked on by the White House to partially refund Americans for their contributions. Well, a number of analysts and experts are saying that this is a political stunt. Why? If you remember that when Elon Musk was the head of DOGE, the Department of Government Efficiency, they also announced the possibility of $5,000 rebate checks for Americans, but what happened after? Nothing. So that's why a number of analysts, experts, and few lawmakers are also calling this move a political stunt, and they're saying there's no checks coming. Americans will never receive a single penny from this administration, especially from President Donald J. Trump. Well, let me know in the comments below what do you think about this whole situation. But on top of it, look at this. President Trump said that we have a lot of money coming in. It's coming in tremendous numbers. There is a concept of making dividend to the people of this country who have paid a lot of taxes and got nothing for it. Trump said it comes after a lip leader revealed the chilling three-word promise that Donald Trump whispered into the Vladimir Putin's ear at the Alaska summit. Well, of course, there's a lot of conspiracies. People will talk about it, and you already know about the media, like how they make something out of nothing. So we also need to understand that if President Donald J. Trump said that he is going to give the money to American people, and the fact is that Josh Hawley introduced this bill right after President Donald J. Trump announced the possibility of new stimulus checks, it means something. Now the ball is in the court of these lawmakers. If Senate and House approves this new legislation from Josh Hawley, then it will go to President Donald J. Trump's desk. And you remember that President Trump was the person who actually announced the possibility of these new stimulus tariff rebate checks for Americans, and it seems like that he will sign on it and it will become a law after the Congress approves it. Let me know in the comments below what do you think about it. Do you really think that Congress will approve this American Worker Rebate Act, or do you think that they will not approve this and they will not even vote on this legislation? And the second question that I have, that a number of analysts and experts are calling this $600 tariff rebate stimulus check not enough, and they're saying we should change it to $2,000 just as millions of Americans received during the pandemic. Well, if you support this $2,000 stimulus check for all low and middle income Americans, then write in the comment section, I support $2,000 stimulus check. Again, if you support it, then write in the comment section, I support $2,000 stimulus check, because remember, if you don't do anything, nothing will happen. If you have any questions at all, then please let me know in the comments below, and I'll be happy to answer each and every question of yours, as Credit Vital channel will always be with you in your good and difficult times. Well, thank you so much for watching. I will see you in the next video very soon. Till then, please take care and have a nice day.